Now I'd like to introduce a very special award that we present each year. The LaLanne Award is given to an individual who has made significant and lasting contribution in the area of fitness, nutrition, and wellness by promoting the benefits of exercise and healthy eating, and who has inspired the world of fitness through their work in the media or public eye. The award honors the lifelong dedication of the godfather of fitness, LaLanne, who worked tirelessly to educate Americans on the importance of being fit. This award recognizes those who, like Jack, have made significant contributions by promoting the benefits of exercise and healthy eating, in addition to living those ideals themselves. Here to present the 2015 LaLanne Award, please welcome one of my favorite people, the incredible LaLanne.
Well, I'm back again. Well, you know, I just was thinking when I see all this happening, and I think back to when Jack was just starting, and he used to look out the window and hope somebody would come in to his gym, and he'd say he couldn't believe it. He says, nobody was coming to my gym, and because everybody was saying he was a crackpot and a nut and a filbert and everything else. So it's really something to see what's happening today. Well, as I say, I'm here again, and I'm perking along to my birthday coming up in March, which I'll be 90, and and I know what you're all thinking. I wonder if she can do push-ups. No, I'm not going to do them today. Because we don't have time. But anyway, I promise you. No, I know I can still do them. But I promise you, if you come back next year, on my 90th, I'll be 90 then, I will do my full body push-ups. Is it God willing? Promise? Promise. Well, next year I'll be having, I hope, Jack's autobiography, which I've been working on, finishing it, which he started in 2004. But today I'm really thrilled to be back to introduce to you someone I bet can do lots of push-ups. And I want to present her with the 2015 LaLanne Award. She is a true expert. She's a true fitness expert. She's a daredevil, she's a thrill seeker, and she's Jenna Wolfe. And, you know, Jenna's personality and passion for health and fitness is legendary. No wonder she was recently named today's show's first lifestyle and fitness correspondent. Jenna spent 12 years as a sportscaster before joining today's show in 2007. Now, when she's not motivating the world with her media reports and on nutrition and exercise and wellness, Jenna is a certified personal trainer too, and she still sees clients in the gym. So now let's take a minute to watch the highlights of her amazing career, okay?
From NBC News, this is Today.
Good morning. We have new details this morning about Kenneth Bay.
The producers wanted to up the ante. The video we're about to show you is stirring up a great deal of controversy.
Is this soy milk, right? You're a maniac and you don't belong on the road!
At 1,000 feet, I doubt they can hear me down below.
Hey, Matt! Matt, it's Jenna! Where in the world is Jenna?
She is a loon.
This time, as the car flipped, I undid my belt and swam out.
Simple steps that literally saved my life.
If I kick your stomach, it better be tight. Tight, tight, come on, tight.
It all started with my challenge to you back on day 1.
Beep, beep.
My Cirque debut.
Can we see what's behind there?
Here's what happened. What? It's the only one piece I had.
Wherever you go, there'll be love, love, love.
This is gonna snap back up and kill me.
Go back slow. You're the best.
Dr. Branson speaking.
Oh, no! Incredible!
Big news.
I have some big news. This is big for me. I'm actually pregnant. I'm quite pregnant, actually.
Life is no longer just about me. It's just not, and it never will be again. And I don't care what they tell you. None of this is easy, but every morning I wake up, I walk into a room, I know we did something amazing. I've also been working out, working my way back into shape.
10 and 9. Yeah, Lester.
From there, it was all downhill.
That was unbelievable.
Oh,
Yeah.
wonder if I could have gone all the way.
Maybe. Why are you talking to me?
Can you slow down, please?
Oh my gosh, we're starting.
We came, we channeled our inner warrior.
Off for the job.
She is unbelievable. So let's welcome to the stage the 2015 Jack LaLanne recipient, Jenna Wolfe. There you are, my dear.
Thank you. I can't convince you to do a push-up. Not one. Not one push-up. Next year if you want. Thank you. Wow. I'm kind of a loser sometimes. I don't know if you're kind of a goofball at others, but I pride myself on that. Thank you so much for having me here. I am so honored to be here. I'm mildly intimidated by a lot of you in this room. I actually walked up to a certain trainer whose name I won't mention, and I got nervous and I started doing push-ups. I don't know why. It was just, somehow it was in lieu of, hey, how are you? My name is Jenna. So, hey, how are you? My name is Jenna. I work at the Today Show. I'm the lifestyle and fitness correspondent, so I basically do exactly what you do, but I do it at an ungodly hour in the morning. I have 2 children, 22 months old and 5 months old. So I haven't slept in like 3 years, and I've been pregnant for 5. So it's been a solid run for me. I have an unbelievable partner in Stephanie Gosk, who does exactly what I do, but she does sometimes the smarter version of it. I go out and sweat it out, and she sweats it out with her brain. So all of this is for you, and thank you, my soulmate Stephanie. So 2 kids under 22 months, a travel schedule you probably wouldn't envy, a household that seemingly requires an endless supply of diapers and wipes and formula and burp cloths and onesies, a list of clients who only ever want to train at 6 a.m. in the morning. I have baby weight to lose. I have pacifiers to find. I may or may not be wearing a bra right now. I'm not even really sure. All of this is no more than what you guys are probably going through now and what you guys actually do on a daily basis. But you quickly learn when you have all of this in your hands, you quickly learn what matters, what doesn't, and what never ever will. Your family, your job, your sanity, all those things matter. Internet comments, how much battery you have left on your phone, a few extra calories, none of that matters at all. And as soon as you figure that out, life becomes a whole lot more fun, and it becomes a whole lot easier. And that's what I've learned in this last year. I've learned to simplify my to-do list with the really, really important things and focus on exactly what is in front of me at any given moment. Yes, I could stress out that my little Harper went to a class and didn't know 3 of the 5 songs because I didn't buy the correct CD. But instead, I'm going to worry about what is right in front of me, which is this speech, and I'm going to deal with that a little bit later. So, a lot of people ask how I was able to take all of that and re-engage and lose the baby weight and come back quickly and get myself back on track. And what I did was I took it all and I simplified it, right? I took every diet out there, every workout plan, every gimmick and gadget, every motivational quote and inspirational message, I put it all in the blender, and what I came out with was the first message we learn about this industry, the very, very first thing we learn, and that is eat a little less and move a little more, right? That's the basics. That's where this all came from. And yes, that worked for me, and it probably works for a lot of you out there. It doesn't work for everyone, right? It isn't quite sexy enough all the time. So what do? We dress it up in all different outfits, right? Low carb, low fat, gluten-free, boot camps, bar classes, boxing, piloxing. With all of that, what have we built? We have built an industry. And that's what this is all about, right? We've invited everyone to join. There is not a person out there with a passion for some form of exercise that you and I haven't either taught, heard of, or are already doing. It's exciting. You know, I could file a story on the Today Show every single day for every different type of fitness craze or food plan out there, and I would still probably have many, many weeks left over at the end of this. And I get it. We all get it. Fitness is a competitive business. We all fight for clients, we fight for TV time, we fight for publicity. We've all written a book. Mine comes out in January, just saying, shameless plug. We all have a message, right? We all have a message, but at least we're all pointing our interests in the exact same direction. And while fashion and food fads come and go in this space, diet and exercise transcends time. You know, my mom was rocking out to Jane Fonda way back when, and then it was Gilad, and then it was Richard Simmons, and maybe now it's a little Jenna Wolfe. It's probably not, but that's what she tells me. It doesn't go out of style, this thing that we do. It just gets refurbished, it gets modernized, and it gets more digestible. There is literally zero excuse. Not time, money, space, ideas, or equipment. There is no excuse that you can give me why you can't work out. That's the message I give you, that's the message you give your clients, that's the message we try to spread, right? Be fit all the time, as often as you can, and you'll live as long as Elaine is right now. I grew up in a small country in Port-au-Prince, Haiti, in the lovely decade known as the 1980s, when my hair was always awesome and my clothing choice begged a makeover at any given time. It was 1984, I was graduating the 5th grade, and they were handing out end of the year awards. Most artistic, first in line for recess, most excited about lunch. That's the worst award ever, by the way. If you win most excited about lunch and you're in 5th grade, it's gonna be a long life. Anyway, I am never gonna forget, nuzzled somewhere in between most likely to leave their lunchbox at school and most organized desk came my award. Most likely to be a professional athlete. I literally almost passed out. A professional athlete, me, are you kidding me? I was so excited. Kids actually stood up and clapped like I'd won an ESPY. 5th grade, by the way. I mean, a professional athlete, which sport? When would I go pro? What about endorsements? What about branding? What about a clothing line? I mean, would they ever play Whitney Houston's One Moment in Time when I scored the championship point? This was all going through my head. The euphoria was incredible. It was also short-lived. Fast forward a few years, I moved to the United States in 1989 when I was going into the 9th grade. So I went from the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere to one of the most affluent communities in New York, Chappaqua, New York. I went from small fish, big pond to small fish, ginormous Indian Ocean, galaxy, Milky Way, universe pond. Those, by the way, all the astronomy words that I know, just letting you know. To say I was shell-shocked would be an understatement. So the first day of school, I show up in an outfit that my mom picked out for me. It was not cool. I'm just gonna tell you. I had on Velcro sneakers with my curly hair brushed out with a soft bristle brush. And anyone that has curly hair and uses a soft bristle brush, you know exactly what that looks like. I had braces, I had acne, and I had 0 friends. And I will never forget coming home that first day and telling my mom that I absolutely had to have a pair of sneakers that everyone else was wearing. I think they were called Reeboks, but they were amazing, Mom, and I had to have it. My mom was like, no, you're getting LA Fitness, stop begging me. So I had my little stupid high-top LA Fitness sneakers, and I basically went to school, and I dropped way down on the coolness factor at Horace Greeley High School. I was at a slight disadvantage from day one, let's put it that way. So I was athletic. I figured I would go try out for sports. I was laughed out of the field hockey tryouts when I asked where the rest of my stick was. It was like a tiny little nub. I was like, field hockey, hockey on a field, but it wasn't. It was a small little stick. Nobody lent me the racket for tennis tryouts because mine was still in Haiti and wasn't shipped up in time, so I didn't make the tennis team. The only thing that I was good at was gym class. And I thought that by showing the other kids that there was actually something that I could do and do well, I would be set. Hashtag backfired. Gym class wasn't cool back then, so the harder that I worked, the more of an outcast I became. I am not exaggerating at all when I tell you I was laughed at, I was made fun of, I was called names, and eventually I was ignored. I know, I sound like an after-school special. But weren't they so good? You always used to watch them on Lifetime? Someone was always anorexic, but then they solved it by the end, and they were like fine again. And then the next day you watched it, you're like, what's gonna happen this time? And Meredith Baxter-Burney was in all of them, side note. Back on track, Jenna, let's get back on track. So my last athletic resort was a sport that I had only really known from reading the V book in the Encyclopedia Britannica, and it was called volleyball. Please do not overestimate the amount of American culture we did not have in Haiti, just FYI. I did not know what volleyball was, I'd never played it, but I was an athletic kid and I figured I could sort of figure it out, and I was desperate to join a team of some sort and be a part of something. So I showed up after school and not knowing anyone, I just tried to sort of follow what the other kids were doing. Turns out, volleyball was my sport. Coach came into the freshman gym, she walked over to me after watching for a little while, and she recruited me to play for the JV team right off the bat. And then shortly after that, varsity. Who knew? I ended up thanking her a million times over the years for saving my sanity, including on the Today Show, Coach Snyder. In one short chunk of teenage time, I learned about bullying, about persevering, about enduring, and about discomfort, and sports helped me do that. I went on to be a three-sport athlete in high school, and at a whopping 5'5", I played volleyball in college. In fact, there was a brief period of time where I thought I either wanted to be Gabrielle Reese or date her, but we're gonna... I don't know. I feel like that's not important now, so we'll just talk about that later. And also, sorry, Stephanie. Sorry about that stuff. Clearly, I was athletic, and by the time I got to college, I knew I wanted to work in television. So I took my passion for sports, and I took my passion for television, and I dove into the wide, wonderful world of sportscasting. I did it for 12 years before I joined the Today Show, where I now cover everything and anything under that lifestyle umbrella. Here's the deal. We, as humans, have control over one thing, and one thing only in our lives. Not the weather, not your sister-in-law, not whether you recorded Game of Thrones or not, none of that. The only thing we have control over is our bodies, right? You get one shot at this. One body to take you from the starting blocks to the finish line. And what we feed it and how we move it, that is completely up to you. You want bigger biceps, you want tighter abs, you want stronger legs, you want to lose weight, you can do it. It may not be easy, it may not be fun, it may not be a lot of work, and it may take time, but you can absolutely do it. You have the power to do that. It is the only thing we have full control over, and to me, that is the most rewarding and the most redeeming aspect to all of this right here. I am a proud card-carrying work in progress. Always have been, and I always will be. I'm not finished. Not ever. Right? There are good days and there are bad days, but in order to change yourself, you have to challenge yourself, right? If you want your life to change, you have to change your life. You have to. So all the stories I have heard sitting right here before this started about people that came here as nobody and walked out as somebody, of people that started with nothing and walked out with something, those are the people that are listening. If you want your life to change, you have to change your life. There will always be a shiny new workout or a diet class that tugs on our attention. It doesn't matter what you choose, just choose something. As LaLanne said, correct me if I'm wrong, Elaine, the only way you hurt your body is not to use it. So I try and I spread that message every single day to every single person that I meet who is or was or ever will struggle to be fit. None of this comes easy, not to me, not to you, not to any of us. We didn't just wake up and be fit. We didn't just wake up at the end of the finish line and say, okay, I'm done. It doesn't work that way. So to be recognized for the message that I'm spreading, the work that I'm doing by the people that I admire most in this world, and basically that's all of you, that's as good as it gets to me. So I thank you so much for having me. I didn't know that much about IDEA before I got here, and now I'm never not going to come to this, just so you know. Oh, boy.
She sounds like a female LaLanne.
Oh, I love it. So thank you to Elaine, to all of you, to everyone that made this happen, to Stephanie, and to my new two amazing little girls, 5-month-old Quinn and 22-month-old Harper. You don't really speak English yet, but this is kind of a big deal, girls. I'll explain it to you later. Thank you so much.